Hello, welcome to The Intentional Budget. My name's Helen. This is my first attempt at a YouTube video, so if you're watching, thank you very much for having a look. Please bear with me while I get used to doing this. Hopefully I will get better. I've decided to do this because I want to try using a cash budgeting, cash envelope system to better manage some of my money. So basically, what's left after I pay all the bills, everything that goes out of the bank automatically, my variable income, I suppose, what you want to call it. The reason that I've decided I want to do this is I've always watched a lot of YouTube, and over the last couple of years, I've really learned a lot watching financial education videos, I suppose, and stuff about money, saving, budgeting, investment, all of it. And by doing that, in the last couple of months, I've found cash budgeting, cash stuffing, and really enjoyed the videos, but also been really, really impressed and struck by, first of all, how supportive everybody is. You know, if you read the comments at the bottom of the videos, everybody really encourages each other, but also how people are really taking control of their money using this system, and being really proactive with their money and building themselves up. Not just cushions, not just savings, but, you know, the ability to really do things that they want to do with their money, being intentional with it, which is why I called this the intentional budget, because I think I could do with a bit of that. I decided to film it as well for accountability, really, hoping that it will encourage me to stick to it and keep me motivated. So that's where I'm at. That's what I want to do. Little quick bit of background to me, because I am going to keep this as short as I can. I'm very aware that once I start talking, I can talk. So trying to keep it quite brief. There's just me. I don't have any children. I was going to say I'm not financially responsible for anyone, but I have got a dog. So it's me and the dog. And I'm now in the very fortunate position financially of being someone who doesn't owe anybody, apart from the bank that I've got my mortgage, any money. So that's my only debt, my mortgage. Wasn't always like this at all. I was quite irresponsible, silly, whatever you want to call it, when I was younger, and racked up a significant amount of consumer debt. I was going to say I made some really silly financial decisions, but I don't actually think they were decisions. I don't really think I stopped to consider the consequences of what I was doing. I think I just thought, oh, that's a good idea. I can just buy things. It's great. So yeah, and when I came to my senses and sort of realised I've got to do something about this, because I just ended up in a really stressful, overwhelming position where it was, you know, keeping me awake at night and taking over my life. It was horrible. I went through a couple of years, well, probably 2.5, 3 years of really, really doubling down, and nothing was spent that wasn't essential, to pay off around £12,500 of consumer debt in just over 2 years, and then continued the being super, super frugal and super careful, because I needed to save up some money to renew my car. My car had started, you know, when cars get to the stage when they're getting older, when they just cost you so much money that, you know, you need to change them. I was one of them. And I paid off my last payment of the debts in early 2018, so really carried on being really frugal probably till about the end of that year. And since then, I haven't gone into any more debt. I'm really, really careful in that way, and I have got some sensible financial habits, I think, in that when I say I want to cash budget with the money that I've got left after all the bills have been paid. Some of those bills that I'm talking about are transfers to a couple of savings accounts. I do have one sinking fund already, which is an amount of money I transfer every month for Christmas and gifts that just piles up. But other than that, what's left after I pay the bills and do all that, other than using for food, petrol, dog food, the kind of sensible stuff, the stuff I have to do, the rest of it just tends to go. So that is the bit that I would like to change and be more mindful about. And I'm not saying that I don't want to spend any more money. I'm okay with doing a bit of spending sometimes. I just want to think about it more. I want to do it more mindfully. And I would like to see the money, or see my money, building up into, cushions and funds in different ways. So just to give you a little bit of information about some of the numbers, let me see if I can zoom this in. I'm really not very good at this, I'm sorry. So my cash available for variable expenses after all the bills, after the regular saver accounts have gone out, and after my transfer for that one sinking fund I mentioned about Christmas and gifts, what I've got left then is £980, let's call it. The twos, £980. So out of that money, I have a rough idea in my head every month that I am going to spend about £450 on food and spending, as in, if I'm going out for a meal, if I'm going out with some friends, that kind of spending. Rocco is the dog, £100 on him, £75 for petrol, and then £75 for getting my hair done. Now that doesn't happen every month, that's every second or third month. Basically when my grey roots are showing, I need to go and get my hair done. So that means that out of that money, I have either £355 or £280 kind of just left unaccounted for, depending on whether I've had my hair done or not that month. And that is the money that I would really, really like to focus on. But in addition to that, this £450 here, £100 here, I at the moment tend to tot it up at the end of the month and figure out, have I spent, how close to that did I get? Did I spend it all? Did I not? Some months I don't spend anything like that. I tend to have months where I go out quite a lot, and then months where I don't go out as much. And I do have the odd month where I'm a complete hermit and I just stay in. There's none of that money left either. If I've only spent, say, I don't know, 300 of that, there isn't £150 left at the end of the month. It's just gone. It's all just gone. Same with the dog, allowing £100 for him there is because I work from home most of the time, but a couple of times a month I do have to travel. And that can be anywhere around the country. So that £100 not just pays for his food, but it pays for a dog walker or a dog minder if I'm away overnight and he's got to go and stay with the dog minder. So it pays for that. But again, I'm not doing the travelling every month. So some months, all I should be spending of that is the £40 for his food. But there isn't £60 left in the spare money. It's just gone. I've not done cash budgeting before. Everything I do up till kind of now has been online, swiping a card, online shopping. And one of the reasons I want to try this is I think it's just too easy, isn't it? Online shopping, it's just too easy. I don't necessarily waste all this spare money every single month. I do some sensible things with it. So I'm thinking about this year so far, since January, I've paid my car tax for a full year. I've you know, paid for the car to be MOT'd and serviced. I've just paid my car insurance in full. And I bought a new washing machine in February. Washing machine decided to die. But other than that, the rest of that money, most of it, is hanging in my wardrobe upstairs. And yeah, I would like to stop that. I think I've been left, after, you know, all that kind of debt and paying it off, I've been left with a real fear of credit and getting into debt and getting in that position again. To the point where I do think it's a fear, and that's not the right way to look at it, because I do appreciate that used the right way, credit can be a really positive thing. I just don't think it works for me. But while I don't want to ever put myself in that position again and get into debt, I also don't want to just keep mindlessly spending what is available to me and what is spare. And I know I'm really lucky to have some spare money at the end of the month. Not at the end of the month, after the bills have been paid. I don't have any spare money at the end of the month. That's the problem. So yes, I would like to try cash budgeting. What I would like to do is still use these headings here that I talked about just then. Food and spending, I've seen lots and lots of these videos where people separate that out, so they have an amount for food when they're going shopping. They also have a separate amount for if they're buying cleaning products and that kind of thing, and then they have an amount for eating out, for takeaways, that kind of thing. For now, because this is how I do it at the moment in my head, and I'm used to thinking about it like that, I'm going to carry on doing it like that. I'm a little bit scatty, and I think too many envelopes, particularly in my purse, in a purse that I'm going to carry around with me, I just think I'll get a bit confused. The other reason that I'm going to leave it like that is because what I've decided to do is withdraw cash on a Friday lunchtime, go to the bank or the cash point, withdraw the cash, and kind of do the stuff in the envelopes, looking back at, you know, taking out last week's and stuff on a Friday. The reason that I'm doing it like that is because I'm already in quite a good routine, because of those frugal years and really, really watching what I spent, of on a Friday after work, I go through the fridge, go through the cupboards, look at the week ahead, figure out, am I going out? Am I here every night? And I do a bit of a food plan, and I write a shopping list. And I go to the supermarket on a Saturday morning and do the food shop. Again, because I've been doing that for so long, I'm quite good at it now. It's very, very rare, after I've spent that money on a Saturday morning on food, it's very rare that I have to buy any other food to use in the house. So generally speaking, if I do it like that and spend a portion of that money on Saturday morning on food, the rest of it is then mine for the week to spend. I don't need to worry about buying food for the house, for the cupboards, buying a pint of milk or whatever it may be. So I'm going to leave it like that for now. I get paid on the 26th of the month, or the last working day if it's on the weekend. So July for me is actually a 5-week month, because I got paid last Friday, was my first kind of first week of the month. So I've just finished my first week. So this 450 will split up as, in a 5-week month, it'll be £90 a week. And in a 4-week month, it will be £120 the first week, and then £110 for the other 3. And again, I'm going to leave it like that, see how I get on. Very open to changing it if I need to, but we'll just see. And then I have, I bought a couple of these folders from Amazon that came with the envelopes in them, the plastic envelopes, the Ziploc-like ones. So I have decided on a couple, well no, actually more than a couple of sinking funds that I would like to start building up as well. So I've got probably the usual, I don't know if this is, sorry, I'm really not good at this. So I would like to build some money up for annual bills. And I've put £1,000 there because that will cover, at the moment I pay my house insurance and my pet insurance monthly, and I would like to change that. So that's the only one at the moment with a kind of a date on it, a deadline on it, if you like, because those two bills are conveniently both due in the same month and both due in January. So if I do nothing else, if I achieve nothing else from doing this, but get to the beginning of January and have that £1,000 there to pay for those two insurances in full, I will be delighted. I will be so pleased. I'd like to build up a cushion for the house because things go wrong. For vet bills, I do have pet insurance, but I don't think it can hurt to have a bit of a cushion. Car costs is the only other one that I've put an amount on at the moment, because again, that would cover what I paid in March and April this year for my car tax for a year, the MOT and the service. So that's kind of a rough, that's what I think it will cost next year, roughly. Although it'll probably be more because everything is costing more every single week at the moment, it feels like, isn't it? Health, things like the dentist, chiropractor, that kind of thing. Clothes speaks for itself. I really could do with having a break from buying clothes, and really want this system to mean that I do have a break from buying clothes. I'm actually quite proud that I took my first little bit of money for this month out last Friday, and I only took food money out because I knew I didn't need petrol in the car, I didn't need dog food, so I just took the £90 out for the week. And I haven't done any online shopping this week other than buying a couple of birthday presents for other people, which is fine. So I'm hoping this will work. And then I've got a category for treats, and I'm thinking that's things other than clothes that I might want, or if I want to start building up a bit of a holiday fund or something. So that's what I plan to do. I've also bought a couple of savings challenges, which I will show you in a minute. If this isn't too long, it looks like it might be quite long already. I already had this in the office, in the cupboard upstairs. I used to use it when pre-COVID, I used to travel an awful lot for work. Not so much now because we do everything virtually. But I used to use it for my the notebook that I recorded my mileage in and my breakdown cover information and everything, and then keep all my receipts in it. So I thought, when I saw that loads of people use these, I thought, oh, okay, that's a good idea. Mine's just sitting upstairs in my office. So I repurposed it. It's got my shopping list in, ready for tomorrow to go to the supermarket. So I have just been to the cash point at lunchtime, and that there is £330 ready to be stuffed. So like I said, the only thing that I did last week was put £90 in here for food and spending. And I ordered these. I got these from, where's it called? What's she called? Balancing the Budget UK, and they came earlier this week, so there's some more in there. So they're really nice. They're kind of a little bit blue to match the purse. So I had £32.40 left. So I didn't go out this week. That's just literally what's left after buying the food and a quick trip to Home Bargains as well for a few other things. So, I don't know how to do this. I'm not very organised. I'm not used to this. What I plan on doing with the money that's left from the envelopes at the end of the week is putting that money into savings challenges. And then this amount of money here, this spare money that I talked about, putting that into sinking funds. And I'm just going to see how I get on with that. So I have got £10 in fives, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, £60 in tens, 20, 40, 60, 50, 20, 40, 60, 82, 20, 40, 60, 260 in 20s. So what I'm going to do, let me just move this. Oh, can't you tell I've never done this before? I've certainly never done it on camera. So I am going to put £90 into the food and spending category, ready to go to the supermarket tomorrow. I don't know how I'm going to get on doing this in the supermarket tomorrow, because I've also got my little neighbour next door. I've got his shopping to do tomorrow morning as well. So yeah, we'll see how that works with me trying to juggle lots of cash and stuff. £75 was going into petrol. And I think I probably do need to fill up this week because I'm getting a bit low. I generally only fill up once a month because I really try actually not to drive if I don't need to. Again, habit I picked up when I was being like super frugal. And then £100 is going in the dog. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that is obviously to last me for the rest of the month. That's not just a week, as is the petrol money. So that is in there. Now, I had to draw out, rounded to the 10, whereas I really only needed, for those amounts anyway, I needed a £5. So I'm going to put £5 ready in here. I forgot to get one that said hair, so that's ready for next week because I'm getting my hair done the week after next. So I will just take £70 out then when I do that. So that's that done, ready for the week. And then, don't know which way round these are going to come out. Oh yeah, this is the sinking funds. So I have £60 left. And because the annual bills is the one that has got a deadline on it, and I really, really want to do that one, that's kind of my focus until it's up to 1,000, and I'm guessing that's going to take a significant portion of the rest of this year. So I'm putting £50 into there to start that up, which actually feels really nice and really constructive and productive. And I'm going to put £10 in. I had it asked for self-care, whereas I suppose really that's health. I'm going to put £10 in there, and that's that done. And then in this one, I have a few savings challenges. So I bought some savings challenges from Simple Budgets, and they're really pretty. And balancing the budget, they sent me that little one there is like a little bonus one. I'm going to save that one. So I'm going to put £30. I think I'm just going to do them one at a time and get through them like that. So I'm going to put £30 in that one. Which again, don't you feel, I don't know, virtuous and good when you start doing this? It's really good. This jar, I've got this out because that's my Chucky change in it jar. And at some point I need to print out, I've seen all these penny challenge ones. I think I'd like to print one of those out and do that as well, because yeah, that money just basically sits there at the moment, and I tend to wait till it's actually full and then count it all and take it to the bank. But it could be a good start on a penny challenge, that, couldn't it? So yeah, I'm going to do that. And then the other thing that I got was these pockets from Budget Looks. They're from. So I got a £2 one and a £1 one, and I'm going to put the £2 coin in that one, and the other 42p will just go in there, and at some point I will count it and figure out what to do with it. But I think that is everything. My plan is to film these bi-weekly. I'm not sure yet if this is going to see the light of YouTube. I'm going to have to watch it back and see how it looks and see if it makes sense. If I do post it and you are still watching and you've got to the end, thank you so much. I hope you come back and have a look next time. Any hints, tips, comments, please leave them. I know I've got a huge amount to learn about this. I've never done it before. I don't even know if this is going to make any sense, but we'll see. Yes, so I plan on filming again in a couple of weeks, just to do a bit of an update, see where I'm at with my envelopes. And by then I will also have a better idea of how much more of this money I can put into savings funds this month. The reason that I'm saying that is I'm doing a qualification at work, a kind of one of these extra professional qualifications that work have funded most of it, but I've had to pay a couple of the final exam fees this month. I literally did one of the assessments this morning and I've got a couple left to do, so that's cost me a couple of £100. So that money is a little bit depleted this month, but anyway, we'll see. Hopefully there'll be a little bit more left. Yeah, I think there's nothing left for me to say other than to say, if you've watched all the way through, thank you so much. I hope you have continued to have a good day, or are having a good day and continue to have good days, and that maybe you'll pop by again in a couple of weeks and see how I'm getting on. Okay, bye-bye.